If you ever wondered what edit you could be making better, this is the video for that. Every single edit that you need to know to win fights is pretty much going to be summed up in this video. Arena points just reset. There's a lot of things you guys need to learn, and I'm going to talk to you in this video about the smart and dumbest edits I've made in my arena fight so that you guys can implement it into your own game. Quick plug to use supported creator code KenBeans before this video starts, and let's get into this. These are some of the recent games I literally just finished playing on stream. The best part about this whole fight that it was kind of shambles in the beginning, but I used my mats very efficiently. I thought I had mats looking back at this clip, but I actually realized that just now I don't. Regardless, the reason why this clip looks so good is because I'm able to put a cone and wall in the boxes that's kind of a little further away from me. This was a very smart edit because as I was running to the left, I was also doing this really fast and I reset right away. Lots of things don't involve speed in Fortnite, but this is a situation where you need to kind of do it quick so that I can take the guy off guard. Here's an edit that I do, which is the bottom right hand corner edit, and I do this a lot in my fights. I talk about this specific edit in a lot of my videos, and a lot of times it could get me killed or shot pretty bad. In this situation, if I pause it right here, we are looking right at each other. If this guy were to have a legit shotgun in this fight, I could have taken a lot more damage than I expected. Overall, first edit pretty good, second edit not so much. If I were to show you in creative, what I should have done instead was just do a window edit instead of doing this bottom right hand corner edit. The bottom right hand corner edit does have a time and place, but right there in that specific moment, I was too close to the wall with not enough mats. I shouldn't have done it. Even on a very weird angle just like this, the most common thing you guys need to start implementing is shooting people then looking directly down to get this wall. I'm looking at a really steep angle so I can get piece control even further. I tried to go for a really bad edit at the start, and even though I choked it, it was kind of a good thing. When I do things quick, that's when I tend to mess up, and that's exactly why after I messed up, I read that and then realized I should place a cone to try and go for piece control. He didn't look that great, so I whip up the reset, edit again, and with that fast movement, I was able to make a pretty smart edit. In this situation, I wanted this guy not to run away, so I open up the whole thing so that it forces him to do a 50-50, and this is how I get the kill quick. In most scenarios though, this isn't necessarily the play because any type of 50-50 in a really sweaty fight is not the move. Looking back on this, if I were to show you in creative again, what I do is do the same edit, but I would hug more so in my left box just like this. That way I would be able to have him run at me and then place a new wall after I shoot. So it's mid game, I'm kind of reading chat, but I'm not necessarily looking at the game. This guy had a free beam on me. He missed a lot of shots, but it's okay because your boy recovered. Now the piece control game is really questionable at the start because I almost got pre-fired. Just remember that. Looking back on this, I probably still would have done that same move regardless to try and take him off guard and get cones in this box, but I almost got pre-fired. That's just something you kind of have to be aware about. How I turned this from dumb to smart was that as I went for all this piece control, right, what I did was continue my momentum forward and leave the box after I pieced him. Something that a lot of people don't tend to realize is that you should continue going forward after you get the full piece just like this so you can position yourself behind a window edit. This was a very protected and smart edit. This window edit, good choice. This is what caused them to miss the shot, which made me take no damage in this fight. What would have worked better here was doing a top right hand corner edit and not doing this bottom right hand corner edit. Even though I did get the kill, I wouldn't consider this to be a dumb edit to say the least, but it definitely wasn't the most smartest edit in the moment. If I were to show you in creative, like I just said, what I do is just do a top right hand corner edit, jump up, and then just try and go for a right hand peek just like that. To move on to this next fight, I'm randomly getting landed on. All fun and games until you make an edit just like this. Now this could have been worse, but my positioning here was not too bad, so the guy didn't get the shot off right away. What I could have done or should have done in this situation was do the double edit, but instead of trying to go for the shot, I should have placed the wall, done a window edit, and then jump up to shoot. Either that or a better idea would just be to reset the floor really quickly so he shoots the floor, it breaks, and then I pump him. Nonetheless, I did the double edit and I stayed very close to the left hand side, so I gave myself a really good right hand peek. This wasn't the greatest edit, so I definitely would consider this dumb because this gets me shot way often than not. Because I'm rushing and trying to go for a clip for this video, you literally see how I do a very dumb edit right here. I should never ever do a 50-50 just like this. Instead, if I were to whip this right back to creative, I ended up getting the wall to the left of me. I should have just went out, did a right hand peek, and got the kill. Another really smart edit that Jiven started using a lot, and this is kind of where I got it from, but he's definitely not the founder. What you could do is as you edit out, you could flip the stare in any direction so that you can kind of catch them at a weird angle or a weird spot. Just make them feel uncomfortable, and then you go for the right hand peek. Either of these two moves would have been smarter than the one I actually made in the game. What I really like about this play is not how I missed the shot. Let's not talk about that. What I did was as I was running forward to this guy, I created multiple boxes right here where I did one to the left, and then I continued doing the same thing to actually box him on the second attempt. Because I knew I had that box on the far left, then I decided to run forward again after I missed so I can catch him in the next box over. Like I always preach, the top right hand corner edit after you go for a full box just like this is always usually the best move to do. That's exactly why I hit it here and then did the same thing again. What I really liked about this clip is that I just play the volume really quickly. I don't know if you guys heard that, but you saw him shoot his shotgun a second time, and then by the time I edit that, he won't be able to shoot me back. Even though I'm making a 50-50 and I'm running right at him, because he shot first, I'm not going to get shot with a shotgun and lose a lot of health. That's exactly why an edit like this is actually really smart in this situation. One thing that I do a lot in Arena is that if I ever get a wall first try like this, a common thing I do is make a top row wall edit, but notice how I'm doing it from far enough away so that this guy doesn't have a really good chance of hitting me back. Lots of times, if you pull it off quickly enough, you'll catch the guy with his map out just like this. So overall, I would say that first edit, pretty damn smart. The second one though, could have used a little bit of work. No disrespect to this homie right here, but this guy wasn't the greatest. It ended up playing off, but what I should have done against a more sweatier player was played a little bit further to the left so I can kind of just do a crouch peek just like this, and I just be able to shoot him and then quickly place a wall again. This makes it so it's really efficient in not taking damage when you play against someone who actually really knows what they're doing. Here's another example of the top row wall edit, and usually 9 times out of 10, whenever the builds are kind of stuck in the ground, I like to do a top row wall edit instead, because if the builds are in the ground, I could screw up on the other edits. So if I were to show you in creative, I could have done a top right hand corner edit and shoved a cone and got a shot in that way. But because the 3 top tiles are the most exposed, this is the edit that I know I'll be able to make without messing up the slightest bit. Pair that with a little bit of speed. You do this really quickly, the guy's going to be in the air as you're killing him. So depending on the elevation, to me, this is a smart edit. I'm the one with the advantage in this fight, and KenBeans is the one dropping on his wall. See how I'm staying on this stair, but I almost play it like hot potato. I don't sit there for long. One thing I like to do is, especially whenever someone has more than one box, I just hop off the stair and I want to land on a floor just like this. I keep my shotgun out though, because I'm ready to pre-fire if he makes any edit. This is how I play out of box and bait people to open up. Now in most scenarios, whenever you do this edit, this is almost like a 50-50. Because I knew that this guy was kind of at a spot where it would be a 50-50, I hugged the wall very close. This first edit definitely gets my award of being a smart edit. If I were to show you in creative and I did this exact edit, but I did it when I was more so in the middle of the stair, this guy would have a clean shot on me. What I liked about this edit was after I did the first one, right, I reset and then I do a bottom right hand corner edit. Notice how majority of the times I do this edit, I'm almost leaving myself exposed. That's why I don't think this edit is very smart, but in some scenarios just like this, what I did was jump up and it caused him to miss the shot. I knew that he was going to overexpose himself at one point or another, so as I'm jumping, he misses the shot. Even though I don't hit him a lot, I hit him 28, and that's good enough for me. To be honest with you, if I were to show you any other edit, I don't think it would be a very optimal one. Because of the angle this guy was holding, I think no matter what edit I made, I would have led myself to a 50-50 regardless, but just notice how I was staying close to the wall at the beginning so I can limit the 50-50. Now this happens a lot, but one thing I did here was instead of opening up the whole edit just like this for this guy to run through, I gave him at least the chance of getting stuck on my wall by doing a top row wall edit instead. Now we end up exchanging cracks, which obviously isn't the best thing in the world. I didn't plan it to be like this, but you can see here, this edit, not a smart one. This gets my award for being a very dumb edit, especially because I'm 40 HP. When you're weak, you don't want to overexpose yourself just like this. In fact, doing a smarter edit, as you can see, I corrected myself on the third edit right here. What I did was do a top right hand corner edit, and then I shoot the guy behind the right hand peak. You can see here, the time that he has to see me is so minimal. Not only is it very minimal, but he has nothing to shoot. Now I can't show you his perspective because I'm kind of pressed on time, but doing this edit is very good. Now I'm not gonna lie with you, this edit right here where you take someone's wall, you slide a cone in, and you play the right hand peak super well just like this is a very smart textbook edit. I recommend this to a lot of people. It's been meta for a while. You just do a quick window edit and slide a cone in there. Now in my opinion, I liked how I did the top right hand corner edit because I wanted this guy to charge at me after I hit him and had that piece control. I wanted him to do that because I was at free reign to place a stair and then go for more shots. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, was this stair flip a very smart edit? Probably not, but to me the reason why this works in a lot of fights in Arena, even though you think it's a 50-50, you pair it with a little bit of speed. Now I'm not the fastest player, but if you pair it with a little bit of speed and you do it quick enough, it will come off really clean. They're not going to be able to predict you when you do it really fast is what I'm saying. Now I know this guy may look blind, but give him the benefit of the doubt. He thought he was the one third partying and he had no idea how close I was. Because I was really quiet, sneaky, and stealthy, this is the reason why I did such perfect piece control. You see how I'm not too greedy? I want him to get on that wall to start swinging his pickaxe so that I know he won't be able to hear me take out my shotgun. Regardless though, what I do is aim my AR at him the whole time, because if he does see me, I'll shoot and build something really quickly. That way I'll at least get some damage on him. Notice how as he's approaching the wall and I take out my shotgun, he didn't hear it. That's because I just told you that when they swing their pickaxe, they're not going to hear me take out my shotgun. You really got to have Spidey's sixth sense to predict that. After I piece control the top, no matter what edit I make, it would have been textbook because he's so focused on the other guy. There's no way he does a 360 no scope headshot and hits me. I'm just going to tell you this fight, whether or not these edits were good, let's jump right in. This top right hand corner edit definitely gets a check mark on this one, because let's just say he does reset it. All I have to do is hide behind my wall right there and I'll be protected. Going forward, this stair edit, very optimal. What I did was flip my stair and use his wall as a right hand peak. Notice how I snuck the cones in there, and the one thing I want to talk about is that double swinging at walls is actually really optimal. In some situations when you start the double swing really early, you could see how even though this guy made an edit, he didn't have time to shoot me because I already took the wall by the time he had his shotty out. Now I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. This edit right here, it was optimal. My shotty aim was not optimal. This is a clip that doesn't get me killed a lot, and in fact, whenever you piece control someone this hard, if you can just hit the shot, it will be a really clean, optimal clip. The bottom right hand corner edit, just like this, it's optimal when you're far away and playing the angle. If I were to quickly show you in creative, when you do the edit and you're exposing yourself, that's dumb. Doing the edit like this, where you're far enough away where if you do it, you'll just clip their feet, perfect. Definitely gets the check mark on that. I shouldn't have overcommitted so much, but I reset the wall because I knew I was going past my boundaries. Moving on to the next edit, I like this because this guy was hugging a left hand peek. That's why I mentioned in just a little bit, the second I get a right hand peek, I shoot and then I kill him. This final clip is one of the best clips. This is how you turn a trash edit into something really optimal. I dropped this guy because I wanted to grab the loot really quickly. I didn't want him to come into the box. Nonetheless, I shoot him and then place a wall. I gave this guy a right hand peek with this edit. Now in the moment, what I do is, even though you put yourself in a bad position, use your movement to kind of swerve out of there. The average person would keep running forward. You see how I realized what I did really quickly in the moment and swerved backwards. This is how he missed the shot, because he was trying to line up where I was going to be. Then I shoot him with my AR quick death. That right there was an L edit, but definitely a W on the movement. When my 100 tips and tricks for arena video drops, the new winter merch is also going to be released. Stay tuned for that. Get subscribed. Shout out to everyone on the screen right now using code KenBeans. You guys are the one and only GOATs. Stop by the stream if you guys got some time. Link down below. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Deuces. Peace.